This podcast is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Buy one window or door and get the second one at 40% off. No money down, payments, or interest for 1 year for qualified buyers. Check this deal out by visiting RBACentralPADeals.com. That's RBACentralPADeals.com, or by calling 717-836-1080. Deal ends April 30th. Hello, everyone. Got any thoughts on the stories covered here or on PennLive.com? Well, tell me all about them during Listening to Listeners, an upcoming Today in PA segment where I'll read these thoughts to get your opinion heard. If you'd like to say something, email me at todayinpa@PennLive.com. That's todayinpa@PennLive.com with your name and where you're from, and I'll read it every other Friday starting May 12th. So go ahead. I'm listening. A proposal wants to get junk fees under control. Meanwhile, PennDOT wants to keep speed detection cameras in work zones. The Lehigh River has been named among the U.S.'s most endangered. Plus, he delivers pizza with a side of justice. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and you're listening to Today in PA. Junk fees are the additional costs slapped onto things like concert tickets or vacation rentals that leave prices jacked up and the heads of many people steaming, reports the Center Square. And Pennsylvania lawmakers, like many across the country, want to get them under control. That's why the State House Consumer Protection Technology and Utilities Committee recently got together to take a look at House Bill 636, a proposal that would mandate sellers include all fees and charges in the advertised and displayed price of any good or service. This is the move as states can't ban junk fees outright, constitutionally speaking, but at least as sponsor Representative Nick Pushatano explains, quote, "The bill is targeted at disclosure, understanding that if the true prices of these fees are disclosed, then either the market will correct them in the natural manner and consumers will vote with their feet, or producers will lower their prices to become more competitive." The status of this bill remains pending. It's been 3 years since Pennsylvania began placing speed cameras in work zones for its automated speed enforcement pilot program, reports PennLive. And with over 1 million notices of violations doled out as a result, the State Department of Transportation would like to keep them around. Acting PennDOT Secretary Mike Carroll is pushing the General Assembly to either extend the program or make it permanent. Carroll expressed the belief that the program is conducive to worker safety, pointing to a recent PennDOT report that revealed how the number of work zone crashes has been on the decline ever since 2020, the year the program began. The pilot program ends by the end of this year, so the fate of the cameras remains up in the air. There are 2 senators, Judy Schwenk and Dave Argel, that intend to propose legislation to extend it in the meantime. The Lehigh River is among America's top 10 most endangered, says the Philadelphia Inquirer. Nonprofit American Rivers ranked the river in 7th overall, pointing to the development of warehouses and distribution centers as threats to, quote, the region's clean water and wildlife and the communities and economies that rely on them. American Rivers adds how, unless lawmakers make moves to protect waterways via legislation, quote, the area's clean water and wildlife habitat could suffer irreversible harm. He delivered this pizza with a side of justice, says PennLive. Tyler Morrell, a delivery man for Coco's Pizza in Delaware County, was dropping off a pie on Sunday like it was any other day. But then a Kia suddenly skidded onto the homeowner's lawn, a cop car in hot pursuit. The driver proceeded to burst out of the car, thinking he was going to be able to run away from the cops, but then Morrell stuck out his foot and tripped him. Police arrested the 17-year-old as well as another man in the car for stealing the vehicle, with Morrell getting the assist. This whole thing was caught on camera, by the way, so if you're looking to watch a very satisfying clip, click on the link in the related podcast article. That's all for today. For even more Pennsylvania news and beyond, drop by PennLive.com. And please don't forget to rate this podcast either Apple or Amazon or wherever you may listen to it, and to share it around with whomever you can. Thanks in advance, and as always, thanks for listening. I'm Claudia Dimuro, and I'll talk to you tomorrow during another episode of Today in PA. This podcast is brought to you by Renewal by Andersen of Central Pennsylvania. Buy one window or door and get the second one at 40% off. No money down, payments, or interest for 1 year for qualified buyers. Check this deal out by visiting RBACentralPADeals.com. That's RBACentralPADeals.com, or by calling 717-836-1080. Deal ends April 30th.